on the occasion of Meetings Africa 2024 under the theme Africa's Success Built on Quality Connections. This business tourism forum is specifically designed to entice people in the industry to stay an extra night in Gauteng, and I'm thrilled to share the strategic objectives of the Gauteng Tourism Authority for this event. I'm also thrilled to welcome all delegates to the Sandton Convention Center, which is in Gauteng, the 7th largest economy on the African continent. It's a great honor to be the host province of the 18th edition of the Incomparable Meetings Africa. Our mandate of the Gauteng Tourism Authority establishes it as the official destination marketing organization of our province. Our primary objective is to promote and position Gauteng as the destination of choice for business tourism, which includes conferences, exhibitions, trade show investments, and major international events. By leveraging the benefits of increased business tourism activity, we also aim to enhance leisure tourism in our province. To that end, Minister, next week we'll be hosting the Ultra Music Festival, and I'm told that tickets are almost all sold out. Meetings Africa provides the perfect platform to present Gauteng as a premier business events destination to senior decision makers, buyers, and influencers, all of which are seated in this room and will be with us over the next 2 days. It allows us to showcase our strengths and attract attention from local and international professionals in the meetings, events, and business industry. Of course, there are various ways in which we do this. One, for instance, through brand exposure. Secondly, to co-exhibitor appointments. Thirdly, to pre-show marketing of educational events. We also do brand presence beyond the exhibition floor. Also, we are involved in promotional campaigns for local corporate attendance. On that, we have planned a dedicated promotional campaign to attract local corporate attendance. We all have an unrivaled opportunity to showcase respective brands to the local market, which forms the bedrock of the South African business events industry. We recognize the importance of nurturing our domestic market while also reaching out to international markets. We target hosted buyers. We also advocate for air connectivity, which increases connectivity between African cities. As many of you today have landed at the continent's largest airport, the Tambo International Airport, but also in line with our drive to position Gauteng as the home of mega conferencing and guided by various strategies and research findings. The strategic objective of the Gauteng Tourism Authority at Meetings Africa are outlined. Gauteng Province also hosted the BRICS Summit in August of 2023. I'd like to highlight the economic spin-offs that Gauteng Province experienced as a result of hosting such a huge event. Hugely successful, it went off, Minister, without any glitches, without any incidents, incident-free. But really the BRICS Summit brought together the leaders of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and 32 other nations. Was a really significant event which attracted global attention and provided numerous economic opportunities. It brought increased tourism into our province, but also into our country. It boosted the hospitality industry. With the influx of delegates, officials, and journalists from around the world, this resulted in a surge in hotel bookings, restaurant visits, and other tourism-related activities. We created additional revenue streams for businesses in the province and generated lots of employment opportunities. The summit also provided a platform for Gauteng-based companies to showcase their products and services to an international audience. The event attracted investors, entrepreneurs, and business leaders from the BRICS countries and beyond, facilitating business networking and potential partnerships. This exposure could lead to increased trade and investment in the province, benefiting local businesses and contributing to economic growth, not only of our province and cities, but of the country as a whole. It also the hosting of the BRICS Summit required significant infrastructure development and improvements in Gauteng. The construction and renovation of venues, transportation networks, and other facilities created job opportunities and stimulated the construction sector. These infrastructure upgrades also leave a lasting legacy for the province and can attract future events and conferences, further boosting the local economy. So welcome to Gauteng, the 7th largest economy on the province. The the province that contributes 34% to the total GDP of the country, the province that boasts many wonderful cities, destinations, as well as a lifestyle that is second to none. In conclusion, Meetings Africa 2024 represents a significant opportunity for Gauteng, as well as its cities, to position itself as a premier business events destination. By leveraging the platform provided by this forum, we aim to achieve our strategic objectives, promote our MICE facilities, enhance brand visibility, and foster valuable partnerships. I encourage all participants to make the most of this event and contribute to the success of Gauteng's tourism industry. Thank you and enjoy your time at Meetings Africa 2024.
Thank you, MEC. I am reminded of the Minister's remarks at the Meetings Africa Media Launch that we had late last year. And her sentiments were that the benefits of Meetings Africa are not a win just for the city or the host province, or even our country, South Africa. But Meetings Africa is a pan-African show, and the continent must benefit from Meetings Africa's success. This trade show, after all, is our shared commitment to foster inclusive growth for the continent. I would then like to welcome on stage the South African Tourism Board Chairperson, Mr. Tim Harris, to come on stage to introduce our keynote speaker.
Thank you. Thanks, Norbert. And thank you very much for hosting us, colleagues and guests, all protocol observed. I'm sure you'll know the feeling when you work in tourism for a while and you start to realize that MICE is the secret weapon of tourism. Because as we've heard today from the MEC and others already, business travelers stay longer, they spend more, they tend to come back with their families, and they also leave a legacy beyond tourism. Together, South Africa's convention bureaus work to position our country as the place for business to gather, to build quality connections on the continent. And we are the leader in Africa, but the truth is Africa's only 3% of the global business tourism industry. So as much as we are here to celebrate this week, we also need to put our heads down and work to grow this contribution as Africa emerges to take its rightful place on the global business tourism stage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tourism is a unique portfolio for government because the actual service is delivered by the private sector. And the private sector, we estimate, spends about 30 times more than what government through South African tourism spends marketing South Africa's tourism products. And that means that a great tourism minister needs to not only be the chief marketing officer for the country and help the sector to grow through her ministry and the Department of Tourism, but she also needs to build a strong partnership with the tourism sector. Any tourism minister that tries to go it alone will not succeed. And this conference that we had today is a great example of that leadership. Because we know that in business tourism in Africa, there's no more important gathering, particularly as we work to rebuild the industry and reinvent it post-COVID. And between the ministry, the department, South African tourism, and the local and provincial partners, we can gather the African MICE sector here in Johannesburg. But business needs to do the deals off the back of that platform. Because for the platform to deliver, we need those more than 200 buyers to connect with the almost 400 exhibitors to initiate the deals that will grow Africa's contribution to the global MICE industry. So I'm honored to introduce the government leader that's ultimately responsible for convening this meeting and gathering the best of the African business tourism sector here in Joburg. I first knew her as a colleague in Parliament, and then as our mayor in Cape Town, and then an MEC in the Western Cape, and I'm proud today to introduce her as our Minister of Tourism. She's deeply experienced in politics and government across all spheres, and I'm sure you've seen is able to navigate the space between government and the tourism industry, winning hearts and minds on both sides. I know she's also deeply committed to Africa achieving its economic potential and the obligation that we have in this room to help lead this, because she's a standard bearer for the idea that Africa's success is built on quality connections. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce the Tourism Minister of South Africa, Ms. Patricia de Lille.
Good morning to all the beautiful people in this great room. I'm so happy to be here this morning. We have been waiting for this event for some time. And although I would like to start with the thank yous, let me first greet everybody who's in the room today. To the High Commissioner designated Rwanda to South Africa, the Ambassador of the Republic of Uganda, the Consul General of Malawi, all the ministers and deputy ministers from the continent, our MEC for Economic Development, Ms. Mutara, and also our DG and all the people from the Department of Tourism that has been working hard together with SAT, and all the board members of South African Tourism, the chair, Mr. Tim Harris, there's so many, and all the board members of the various provincial tourism authorities that are here, the CEOs, the City of Johannesburg, thank you for the warm welcome. And then, of course, all our hosted delegates that are here, you are most welcome. All our tourism stakeholders, representatives from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a great honor for me, and I'm pleased to be here today to officially open this Pan-African gathering of global business and events partners. It's a very special time in South Africa for us this year because we're celebrating 30 years of our freedom and our democracy. We know in the tourism sector what people need is freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to enjoy the beauty of our continent. So we can celebrate many successes over the past 30 years in partnership with the continent, in partnership with the private sector. But we are here today, and I hear everybody say the 17th edition. 18, it's actually 17, because in 2021 we could not host this. And this annual event has become a hallmark on our calendar every year. So I want to extend my heartfelt thanks also to the Gauteng province, the Gauteng tourism authorities, the City of Johannesburg, and the Sandton Convention Center. Thank you to all of them, because your support allows us to showcase South Africa's ability to host major events by inviting the world to come and experience our country beyond the center rooms here at the convention centers. I want to group everybody together, and let me start by welcoming all the exhibitors that are here today. All of you that that have worked long hours, and I can't wait to get onto the floor to see what is happening there from across the continent. So a warm welcome to all our exhibitors. Your presence at Meetings Africa is valued, it is truly appreciated. And it's definitely a Pan-African showcase that we're going to see for the next 2 days. But then I would especially like to welcome 19 new exhibitors that has joined us for the first time. And among them are 4 from the continent, and they include the Galaxy Group from Egypt, the Mangalis Hotel Group from Cote d'Ivoire, the My Solution from Tanzania, and also the World Travel and Tours from Zambia. It's the first time that they're joining us. You are most welcome. We have 15 other new ones coming from South Africa, and I want to wish you all the best. It's going to be a great experience for you. And now that we have you for the first time, I know you're going to come back next year. So welcome to all of you. Because all of you brings distinctive perspectives that enhance the diversity of our exhibitor line out. So over the years, we have successfully expanded the event, and today, as I say, it's a truly Pan-African show. Now, I'm also delighted to highlight the presence of 380 exhibiting companies from 21 African countries at this year's Meetings Africa. So the exhibitors collectively represent our continent's business events industry. It echo and showcase our diverse array of products and experience, and offer our unique and abundant choices available in the continent. So to all the exhibitors here, I want to extend my best wishes for success over the next 2 days. Building on the success of last year, this event we continue to reassure the global business events industry that our continent is open for business, our continent is open for tourism, and as all that it takes to host events. And I agree with the chairperson of SAT that we do need to grow our global market. I think that we have the potential, we have the commitment, and we not only say we need to grow it, but we need to say that by 2024, we want to grow it by 5%. And we set targets for ourselves so that we know come 2030, we must have achieved those targets. Because it is not just going to come. The 3% will not grow. We need to put a concerted effort behind it to grow that 3%. Like last year, I had the privilege of attending the World Tourism and Travel Global Summit in Rwanda. And I witnessed personally the incredible offering of the African business sector. And I've no doubt in my mind that even here at Meetings Africa, it will be all clear for all to see the African continent is the best place to bring all meetings, incentive trips, conventions, and indeed exhibitions. Now, last year, the Africa Business Events for 2023, this is the estimate for the value of business events in continent. You know, the potential of at least 12.7 billion rand US dollars, while South Africa's business events for 2023 is estimated to be 6.4 billion US dollars. And we know that all of you coming, traveling here to attend this business event, we know that at least 65% of the money is spent on hotels, another 15% is spent on restaurants. And I also know that some of you will be staying behind after this conference, and we will host you to explore and to showcase some of the hidden gems in our country. And we want to thank you for taking time to do that. Then I want to do also a special welcome to all our buyers. We have buyers from all over the world here at Meetings Africa to see what we have got to offer. So I want to welcome all the buyers, and to all the delegates that are here. Also, your presence is also invaluable to share your experience. And I'm confident that our partnerships across African countries will once again demonstrate the value we all derive from this event. With 63 countries represented in terms of our buyers, 63. This is a youth growth for the 2024 event, and we also want to welcome all our buyers from more than 63 countries around the world. You are most welcome, and thank you for coming to Meetings Africa. We all know that the arrivals of visitors to South Africa, we have seen that between January 2023 and December 2023, we welcomed 8.5 million visitors from across the world to South Africa. But here's the beauty. 6.4 million of the 8.5 million came from Africa. And therefore I want to say a special thank you to our brothers and sisters from the continent that continue to visit us. I know that we are all working hard as the various ministers to improve travel in the continent, to deal with the visa regulations, to deal with the air access. But despite all of that, we have seen this growth in arrival numbers. So we want, like I say, I want to thank our African brothers and sisters. And again, I look forward to see what is on the floor. And DG, we must travel more in the continent. We must really make, and I've spoken to South African tourism, to show our appreciation for the continent and the contribution to the growth of tourism in South Africa. We as South Africans, we must encourage more South Africans also to travel into the rest of the continent. Our South African National Convention Bureau, that's coordinating all the events in our country. They've done amazing work and have submitted over 95 bids to host events in South Africa. I'm happy to announce that we have been successful for 2024 to host 19. We've won 19 bids already. So well done to the Convention Bureau and all the partners in the private sector to make that possible. And we will continue to invest money to make our contribution as South Africa to grow that 3% global market to even higher numbers. So with the bids that we have won, there's going to be a big economic benefit for South Africa as contributing to our economy, economic growth, and also to job creation. But we have secured events that will be hosted across South Africa. Regional spread that we want to see. And so some of the events that we have secured will be hosted in Johannesburg, in Tshwane, in Ekurhuleni, in Cape Town, Sun City, Paris, Skhosana, and even Potchefstroom. So, yes, we are well known for hosting events in our big cities. And we need to spread the economic benefit to the rest of the country so that everybody can benefit. So, talking about the successes, let us briefly reflect on our success of last year's Meetings Africa as we look to growing and surpass last year's standards. Meetings Africa 2023 contributed a staggering 388.5 million rand to the economy of South Africa. It also created and sustained more than 753 jobs that were created. The energy and the collaboration witnessed during the Business Opportunity Networking Day, the Bond Day yesterday, is already promising for the tourism sector going forward to keep the momentum. We've seen at the Bond Day yesterday, delegates who attended were exposed to a to a trove of information through various sessions held throughout the day. The Deputy Minister, Fish Masalele, attended yesterday and he did give me a briefing. So I'm thrilled also today, what came out of the Bond Day yesterday, someone who has experienced the positive influence of the business event sector and undoubtedly concluded yesterday on a high note. And I hope she is in the room. Shoshohela Zwani from Tshwane North College emerged as the winner of the 2024 Future Leaders Forum International University Challenge at Meetings Africa. We want to congratulate you, sister. Well done. And as a result of the win, she will be heading to Frankfurt, Germany in May to represent South Africa at the IMEX Future Leaders Forum. And what began as a dream for her entry into Future Leaders Forum has now been transformed into an opportunity for her to showcase South Africans' excellence to the world. We've got full confidence that you're going to represent us well. I just want to quote what she said yesterday during the Bond Day. She said, "This event is so important because it encourages young people in university and colleges to appreciate the broad nature of tourism and not only focus on the leisure side of it, but also the business tourism side." I agree 100% with you. Thank you for those remarks. And then also, at all tourism forums, the issue of sustainability always comes up. And we must keep it on the agenda at all times. And again, sustainability is going to take center stage here at Meetings Africa. So first that we acknowledge and that we celebrate the most sustainable green stands with the winners that's set to be announced later today. Because sustainability encompasses people, prosperity, our planet, and the further emphasis here at Meetings Africa, our second touch point, the sustainability village will also focus on economic sustainability. So here you'll find 20 proudly South African vendors showcasing the exceptional and unique products with remarkable stories behind each product. So please make your way also to visit the sustainability village at the back of the exhibition room. The Department of Tourism is also very proud that we've been able to sponsor and pay for 25 small, medium enterprises that are here today. Through a program called the Market Access Program, we fund SMMEs to come to events like Meetings Africa, to go to events like the Travel Indaba, where they get exposure to the market. But then we don't just leave them alone, we also train them to sell their own products. So I want to welcome the 25 SMMEs that are here, and I hope you're going to be successful. I hope you're going to make a lot of deals and sign a lot of deals. This is a great opportunity for you. We will be doing the same at the Travel Indaba, where we also have already called for proposals or for applications for SMMEs to go to the Travel Indaba with us in May. Just a week ago, the Department of Tourism also sponsored 15 SMMEs, and we took them to India, and they traveled to 5 cities within India to show what products they have to offer. So we are grateful that we're able to have our SMMEs here, because they do need that exposure, and I hope that we can all support them. South Africa is home to exceptional individuals, to exceptional companies, to exceptional tourism sector. Sometimes I don't think we realize how lucky we are, but how exceptional we also are. And that we have got just so much to offer in this country. When we go to Durban, we will be launching our global campaign on our business events, where we will show the opportunity in the MICE sector. And SAT was thinking about when, and I said, the first day of the Travel Indaba, we will launch our global campaign. So I hope to see all of you in Durban, where we are going to launch our global campaign. So once again, our message is very clear to the world. We are open for business. We are ready to work with partners to ensure our joint success and taking the tourism sector to the next level. So I want to thank all of you in closing for being part of Meetings Africa 2024. Let us make the most of the next 2 days. I'm excited to go and see what is on the floor. And while you are here, also make time to enjoy yourself. Don't just work, there's a lot for enjoyment. Find that balance, like 60-40, 60% work and 40% enjoyment. I love parties. I think we can find a good reason for a party in South Africa anytime. And we always enjoy ourselves. Because I do want you also to experience that world of South Africans. Because we are the people that can party the best. So you must enjoy yourself, and thank you once again for coming. And I can only say God blessings to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister, for the insightful keynote address. I would now like to invite the Minister back on stage. I think colleagues must just help with moving the furniture at the back. And whilst we're getting the stage ready, I'd also like Minister to be joined by the Deputy Minister of Tourism from Zimbabwe, as well as the CEO of Gauteng Tourism, Ms. Sthembiso Dlamini, the CEO of Johannesburg Tourism Company, or Joburg Tourism Company, the DG of the Department of Tourism, as well as the Chairperson of South African Tourism Board. And this session is the ringing of the bell so that we can then officially open the trade fair. I'd also have a request for the colleagues that are joining us on stage that they stay a little longer for a photo opportunity so that we can then be able to give access to members of the media who are around for a photo opportunity. All cleared. So Minister, may you please come back on the stage, joined by the Deputy Minister of Tourism in Zimbabwe, CEO, Joburg Tourism, CEO, Gauteng Tourism, Chairperson of the board. Thank you.
Sure. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Hi.
Ready for the countdown, please. I'm waiting for my timer to come on.
Right in front of the live broadcast, please.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meetings Africa is open.